When it comes to ADA, we've dealt with a lot of, sell the news events. When we think about it, when we had the launch of smart contracts, sell the news event. That was the top of the bull market cycle for ADA. We unfortunately weren't able to recover and kind of rally like everything else until November. When you look at the Vassal hard fork, sell the news event. We're obviously into a bear market. We were dropping anyways. Not surprising at all. Well, the funny thing about that is it looks like we are actually, in fact, about to have a buy the news event. Now, many people are aware that the Chang hard fork is coming, and many people seem to forget the fact that the Chang hard fork is happening sometime in the next month here. All right. Remember, this launch is in fact slated for Q2, and Q2 does end at the end of June. So we're now, only about 33 days away or so. And what this means and why I say that this is likely to be a buy the news event is we need to look at what the trend has been in terms of ADA holders, whether they've been buyers or whether they've been sellers. And a lot of what we've dealt with over the last 2 months or so has been a heavy amount of sellers, right? So now we've gotten to this point in terms of ADA where we are setting a very strong floor right around this, 43 to 44 cent level. You guys can see we've tapped it many times. A lot of sellers have tried to push the price down, and they haven't been able to do so. And it's because you can eventually get to this point where, again, the sellers are exhausted. You don't have people that are really willing to unload their bag. And what they're really focused on is this long-term price potential. So now we're at this point where ADA is in fact building a little bit. There's a little bit of increased demand in terms of buying. It's the reason why we're starting to set up a little bit higher floor right around this 45 to 46 cent level. Actually, in fact, ADA, at least at the time of filming this video, is looking pretty good today, up at about 46 and a half cents. But now we're approaching this time where the Chang hard fork is scheduled to happen. And what we may see are one of two things. We may see this slow, steady building in price, people kind of buying up towards this event. If that's the case, it'll be probably a sell the news event, right? But if price stays consistent where it's at now, don't be surprised if you start to see this kind of FOMO hit ADA, which might sound kind of weird to say, right? We haven't seen FOMO hit a lot. I know we saw it back here. I know we saw it kind of back here, right? But this is something that may be the push that actually makes ADA take its next step, really trying to attempt to break some of these resistance levels, trying to push back towards these top boxes in terms of liquidity here. And, maybe this sounds like a little bit of hopium, but really think about it. Usually when an asset approaches some of these big events, this is a huge event. This is probably one of the biggest events we've ever experienced in terms of the Cardano blockchain, is actually the actual implementation of on-chain governments, the actual emergence into the Voltaire era. These are big deals for the future of Cardano, but yet the price isn't necessarily reflecting that right now. That tells me that either one of two things. No, there's really just one thing, all right? It really just shows you that people aren't anticipating it. They're not prepared for it. That means at some point it's likely that ADA is in fact going to make a jump. Now, this is not a guarantee. This is not financial advice. But make sure that you're obviously prepared for when this does happen. Again, whether we have this slow build up to, in anticipation, especially later in the month, it wouldn't surprise me if, we don't get any updates in the middle of the month, price starts climbing as people start anticipating this Q2 launch and then, launch, sell the news event, whatever, right? But if that doesn't happen, or if the Chang hard fork happens unexpectedly or something like that, you might see a quick pop somewhere. So I appreciate you guys as always. I would love to hear your thoughts on this, what we're going to see from here on out. I think June's going to be a very good month for crypto in general. I think we're going to stack on top of the green that we saw last month. So hope you guys enjoyed it. Have a great day. Catch you guys in the next one. Take care.